Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining today. My name is Melissa, and I'm here to lead you through all levels yoga. So we will practice together for 45 minutes. Just a reminder to listen to your body. If any switches do not work for you, you can always skip them, come on out and modify. So things that you'll need for your practice today is you'll want to have your yoga mat. If you have the yoga block and blanket close by, that's great. If you don't have that, you can definitely work around that through the practice. And I did want to use a little bit of, do some stretching with the yoga strap today. So if you could grab a strap, that would be great. If not, again, you can definitely work around it. You can do the stretches without it. If you don't have the yoga strap, a tie, a necktie would work. Maybe the strap that goes around a rope would work, a piece of rope. You can get kind of creative, whatever you have around the house. So we'll just want to have a strap close by. Now let's get started today. We will come on down to our backs and we'll do a little centering out down on the back. And as you center here, you can either relax your arms and relax your legs, and let your eyes close and settle in. And another variation would be to bend your knees and to plant your feet. And that will just be if you have any sensitivity in your back at all, if the low back is a little cranky. Sometimes when we lay flat, the back muscles can pull and it's not always the most comfortable. So if that's not working for you, you know that you can take this variation as well. So let's take a moment here just to close the eyes and give yourself a moment to just relax and to release the day so far. Take a couple deep breaths in and out to settle into the yoga practice. And then as we settle here, we can start with a gentle body scan for relaxation. Relax your eyebrows. Relax your jaw. Relax the back of your head. Relax the back of your neck. And try to let go of tension through the shoulders, the arms, the hands. Relax the upper, mid, and low back. And relax your legs and relax your feet. And then gently turn your awareness to your breath. Allow yourself to drop into the present moment a little bit more. Let's feel the navel rise as you inhale and fall as you exhale. Feel the ribs expanding as you breathe in and contracting as you breathe out. And then breathing into the ribs, feel your chest rise as you inhale and fall as you exhale. And then knowing each time that you breathe, you bring life, you bring oxygen to all of the cells throughout your body. Set an intention for your practice. And your intention could be anything that you'd like it to be. It might be that you Once you give yourself this opportunity to relax, it might be that you want to push yourself, try to get the best stretch in each pose. So there's really no right and there's no wrong intention. Let's come into a full body stretch here. So you can take those hands up and overhead. Maybe point your toes, maybe flex your feet, and allow for your body to be as active as possible here. Take your knees into the chest. So arms, hands can move around the knees or the shins. We're gonna just hug those knees in and take a gentle rock to the right and take a gentle rock to the left. And then as you're releasing here, just feeling this nice gentle massage on the low back from the mats. Take a moment here, begin to grab onto your yoga strap. And let's take the strap around the ball of the right foot. And we can extend our right foot right on up to the sky. Take a moment here to find some circles. So maybe find large circles and maybe find some smaller circles here. And flow in the other direction. We'll just reverse that movement. And then as you're flowing here, just noticing if it feels more natural to circle this way. It might feel a little unnatural to circle this way. And take a moment here. Let's begin to find stillness. So you can walk your hands up the strap, encouraging that right leg into the body a little bit. So you could flex your foot, press out through the heel and the back of the knee. So we're just gonna try to feel that our leg is active, engaged, and energized. Take your right foot off to the right. And as you come into this stretch, try to press that left hip down into the mat. So really try to even off your low back and even off through the hips. Let's float ourselves back on through to center. Let's take our right foot to the left. And we're gonna breathe here into the IT band stretch. Really try to lengthen here through the side body. And we can also get a really nice stretch into the waist. Let's float our leg on up to the sky. Let's bring that left foot to meet the right foot, and then right foot can relax down. Take that time to circle. So I'll just find a bit of movement here. And flow in the other direction. And stillness here. Walk your hands up the strap. Encourage your leg into your body. And breathe. Maybe notice if the stretch feels more intense on this side compared to the first side that we worked on, maybe more intense, less intense. And let's bring that left foot to the left. We will land in that inner leg stretch here. And try to ground evenly through the right side and through the left side. And release. Let's float ourselves back to center. We're going to take that right leg out, and then your left foot can float to the right. Let's bring ourselves into our twist. We'll get that nice IT band stretch, and we'll get that stretch into the waist and into the side of the body. Good. Let's put ourselves back on through the center. We can bring our leg right on up to the sky. Let's take our strap to the side of the mat. Knees can come into the chest, arms, hands around knees or shins, gentle rock to the right and gentle rock to the left. Let's take a rock and roll through the spine for seated. So you can just flow on up through the spine. We'll come on up one vertebrae at a time. Find a position that feels comfortable to sit in. So maybe crossing your legs. Let's take our strap once again. We are going to fold that strap in half this time. Hands can reach and stretch to the sky. So hands in line with your shoulders, maybe a little bit wider here. Nice full breath to lengthen. And let's release to the right and the left. So just begin to create a little wiggle here in the waist, side to side. And each time that you create the movements, really try to reach and stretch up and out of the waist. Take that time to pause, release your hands to the left, and then we're gonna roll that left shoulder under, right shoulder is rolling open. Feel that the heart is shining to the sky. Bring it back onto the center. Nice full breath here to lengthen. Let's release to the other side. Reaching and stretching from the waist. Lengthen the side body, arm, fingertips. Good. Let's bring ourselves back on through the center. We can take that strap, set it down to the side of the mat. Bring your hands into the heart space, and we're going to begin to draw our palms forward. Those fingertips can point forward, and take your chin to your chest. We are going to exhale and round our back, and then opening up the heart space. Let's take those hands out to the sides of the room. Chin to your chest. Let's exhale, round. Let's float those hands out in front. Chin to chest, and then we're going to open that one up. And just take this one at your own pace. We're just going to flow with our breath here. And release. Let's bring ourselves into tabletop. And then as you come into table, if you would like, you can grab a blanket to gently pad the knees a little bit here. Take your knees in line with your hips. Let's bring our wrists in line with our shoulders. Feel the fingers fan nice and wide and ground through the index finger and thumb. Let's flip those wrists around. We can work a little bit with our wrists here. So we can start with our right hand, and you're just going to simply flip your wrist around so that your fingertips are pointing back towards your knee. And let's try that on the other side. And then now just gently shifting your weight forward and back. So I know that we all hold probably a lot of tension in those hands and the wrists from being at the computer and being on the phone. So it's normal for this stretch to be pretty intense, especially when you move your weight back into your knees a bit more too. That will make it a little bit more intense. Let's take a minute to pause. So gently shift your weight back into your knees. Let's open up those wrists a little bit here. Nice full breath in and full breath out. And we're going to come on out. You can just gently release your wrists. And we're going to come on back into a toe stand. So toes will curl under. Sit back onto your heels. Palms can come together. Fingers will interlock. Palms will touch and then circle out through the wrists. And circle in the other direction. And release. Let's give it a nice little shake out. And then let's come back onto into table. And then let's try to turn our fingertips to the right and then to the left. So the right hand, you're going to flip your wrist out so your fingertips point to the right. And then left hand, turn your fingertips off towards the left. And then we're just going to try that again, but we're going to shift to the right and to the left. So I'll just do a little bit of an opening of those wrists again. And we can also do a gentle rock forward and back. See if we get a little different stretch there as well. Good. And then let's put those wrists around one last time. So you're going to take your fingertips so that they're pointing back towards your knees. And then a gentle rock forward and a gentle rock back. Good. Let's come on out. We'll try out toe stand again. So toes will curl under. Give yourself this opportunity to sit back onto your heels. Hands come together, fingers interlock, palms will touch, and circle out through your wrists. And then circle in the other direction. And release. Let's give it a nice little shake out. So you can come on forward into table. Tap the tops of your feet out on the mat. Let's lift to down dog on exhale. Toes curl under, sitting bones to sky. And shake it out here. Bend one knee and bend the other knee. Relax your head yes. And relax your head no. Toes to the hands. Let's bring it through into a fold. And shake it out in your forward fold as well. So it may feel nice to bend one knee, to bend the other knee, to relax your head yes, and to relax your head no. As you find stillness here, let's take our half lift your spine and lengthen your spine. Fold yourself down and let's come on up. We're gonna rise into mountain. Hands at your heart as you exhale. Let's grab onto our strap. We'll try another shoulder stretch. We're going to fold that strap right in half. Take your hands up and overhead. Hands may be a little wider than your shoulders. And then let's take a shift to the right and the left. So we're just working with that lateral movement in the spine. Take a moment here. Let's release to the right. And ground evenly through both of your feet. So we're going to press to the inside and the outside of each foot. Take yourself back on through the center. Nice full breath here to lengthen. Release to the other side. And feel that right hip pressing to the right. Good. Let's put ourselves back onto the center, relaxing that strap down. And then taking your strap, we're going to unfold it so that it's nice and long. We're going to work a little bit with the shoulder floss. Take your hands to the sky and then gently relax your hands down as you exhale. Good. Hands can reach and stretch up. So on this one, you definitely want to listen to your body. If you want to make the stretch easier, bring more distance between your hands and then don't come back quite as far. You can maybe lower at about the shoulders. And then if you did want that stretch to be more intense, you can walk your hands in towards one another a little bit. And then you're going to lower those hands all the way back and down. This one is great stretch for the rotator cuff and just helping us to create a full range of motion and mobility in the shoulders. Good. Now let's release the strap right out in front. You can relax your hands down. Let's take 3 shoulder rolls, shoulders up, back, and down. Inhale and exhale. One more time, breathe in and breathe out. Since we have our strap, why don't we try a stretch here? So what we're gonna work with is a king dancer pose. So this one is just a little different from regular dancer because we're gonna use our strap and then the grip is a little different so we can get into the shoulders a little differently as well. So for this one, you're just gonna have your strap folded in half so that you have a little link here where you can link onto your foot. So we're just going to take the strap into our right hand and then we're just going to drop the strap behind our body so that we can take our right foot into the strap. And sometimes people think we have to flip the wrist and change the strap and everything like that, but we don't. So we're just going to hold our foot like that. And then as you have it held, just begin to lift your right hand up and overhead. So you are going to be holding onto your foot, and then both of your hands are going to be grabbing onto your strap. Now, to make this stretch more intense, let's walk our hands down towards our foot, and then begin to kick your foot up and back. So this one gives us a back bend for the 3 parts of our back. We get a really nice quad stretch, hip flexor, and psoas stretch. So strengthening for your standing legs. So we're going to strengthen all of the muscles through the foot, through the ankle, and through the knee. And we really get that really deep, nice shoulder stretch as well. So we're going to get into our shoulders a little bit more, get into the triceps a little bit more. And we can come on out. So we're just going to unwrap that pose, maybe give it a little shake out. I love that one. Really helps to get into the shoulders a little differently. So let's just take our strap into our left hand. We're just going to take our left hand out to the left, and then you're just going to link your left foot right into that strap. And not doing anything too fancy or crazy. Let's just begin to lift that foot off. We're going to reach for that strap up and overhead. And then once you're in the position, let's begin to walk our hands down the strap. Begin to kick your foot back and up. And maybe just notice your body. So if you're familiar with the dancer pose, that's where we grab our foot and we kick into our foot. Notice how this pose may feel more different. It might feel similar. So just become aware of your body in this moment. We are going to let that one go. We can take our strap. Let's set that one down. Feel free to shake it out a little bit. Shake out the legs and shake out the feet. Great job. Let's take 3 shoulder rolls. Shoulders up, back down. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Nice reset on those shoulders. Fantastic. Let's come into tree pose. We'll try Vrikshasana. So for tree pose, you can be on the toes of your right foot. You can also bring your foot anywhere on the leg that feels comfortable. You can take your hands up and overhead. Find your drishti. Find that one spot to focus your concentration, to focus your awareness. And once you find that spot, not letting the eyes shift at all. Let's come into a Crescent Warrior from here. So for Crescent Warrior, right foot will take a float back. You'll be right on the toes of your right foot, so that the majority of your foot is lifted. And this one is also called a high lunge sometimes. Let's try to square the hips and the shoulders forward. Encourage your right hip and right shoulder forward, left hip and left shoulder back a little bit. Coming into Warrior 3, we're just going to spring off the right foot, coming forward. And finding your drishti. Let's find that one spot to focus your concentration and to focus your awareness. Warrior 2, let's open it up. In Warrior 2, just have your front heel in line with your back arch. Have your shoulders over your hips. And feel your fingertips reaching forward and reaching back. Let's try reverse. Float it up and float it back. Try to reach from your left waist. Lengthen the side body, the arm, and the fingertips. Let's come on through to center. We'll realign here. Lower your left arm to your left leg. Right hand to the sky. Maybe hand lower soon. Maybe come on down. Try a little bit deeper stretch on this one. Trying not to collapse into the bottom shoulder, lifting and lengthening here a little bit. Core engages. Let's take ourselves back on through for Warrior 2, setting up for a goddess pose. You can do a little reset on the legs and the hands. For goddess, line your toes up, line your heels up. Then turn your toes out, let your heels shift in a little bit. Take a nice deep bend into your knees. Arms come up to a 90-degree angle here. Let your tailbone tuck. Feel your navel move back and up to the spine. slightly. Let's try some crunches. We'll do side crunches. Left elbow to the left knee. Core engages, reset. Let's take right to right. Realign. Flow with your breath here. Good. Let's come to neutral. We'll try a 5-pointed star. So legs will straighten, arms come out into a V shape, and then let's begin to drop our hips forward, and we'll try to create a little bit of a back bend here. Come up to a neutral spine, turn your toes in so that our toes are in line with our heels. Arms come behind your body for yoga mudra. Fingers interlock, palms touch. Let's lengthen and come on down for a devotional wide-legged forward fold. Try to relax the fronts of the shoulders and just notice if that helps you move a little deeper into your shoulder stretch. Hands can come onto your low back. Hands can float down to the mat. Let's shake it out a little bit here. Bend one knee, then the other knee. Relax your head, yes. Relax your head, no. As you come into stillness, walk your hands out in front, landing in a down dog with your legs wide. Try to send your weight back into your heels. Toes are a little bit lighter, almost a feeling like your toes could lift off of the mat. Walk your hands into your body. Let's take the hands underneath our body. Weight forward into your toes. Heels are light. And then almost this feeling like your heels could lift from the mat. Let's begin to release. We're going to walk our hands to frame our front foot. Float yourself to a runner's lunge. Right foot meets your left foot. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Fold it down. Let's come on up. Rising for mountain pose. Hands at the heart. As you exhale, left leg rises. We'll try tree pose on the other side. Maybe hands reach and stretch up when you're ready. And we are going to imagine a tree that has roots. And then imagine that you could grow roots from the bottom of your foot down into the ground. And then almost like those branches, really activate the arms. Feel yourself reaching and stretching out through your fingertips. Let's try Crescent Warrior from here. You're just gonna float that left foot back, rising onto the toes for that high lunge. Feel the arms frame your ears. Fingers are active, reaching, stretching through the fingertips. Let's come into Warrior 3. We'll try a little balance warrior here. Imagine if you could balance a block on your low back. So try to even off your low back and even off through the hips. Let's bring it down for Warrior 2 pose. In Warrior 2, feel that the hands are so active here. Feel one hand reach forward and feel one hand reach back. Arms are active, engaged, and energized. Reverse, bring it up and bring it back. Try to breathe so deeply. We want to give all of those little intercostal muscles a nice stretch. Warrior 2, lateral angle. We almost do a little windmill, little cartwheel down. Try out extended lateral angle if you'd like to go there. Engage your core. Let's bring it on up. Let's take Warrior 2. Release arms, release legs, and let's try out our goddess pose. Toes turn out, heel shift in. Deep bend into your knees, tailbone tucks, arms up, goddess. So on this one, really easy to stick the butt out a little bit. So try to really lengthen your low back. We're going to bring our hands onto our legs. Take your right shoulder and drop your right shoulder to the left side of your mat. And then gently roll your left shoulder open and try to spin your heart to the sky. Come back to neutral. Let's lengthen here. Left shoulder drops down. Right shoulder rolls open. And release. Let's put ourselves back on through to goddess. Trying out that 5-pointed star. So toes in line with your heels and they're turning out a tiny bit. Let's draw those hips forward, offer a bit of a back bend here. We're going to come on forward. Toes will turn in so that they are in line and fold down on exhale. Shaking it out a little bit here. Bend one knee, bend the other knee. Relax your head, yes. And relax your head, no. Let's try a twist. Right hand plants in front of the face. Left hand to the sky on exhale, twist. Hand to the sky, maybe arm wraps around your low back. Reach for the other hip crease. Take a half bind here. And release. Let's put ourselves down through center. Left hand lowers, right hand rises. Maybe wrap around your low back. Full breath in, full breath out. Let's release. We're going to put ourselves back to center. Walk your hands to frame your front foot. Float yourself back on through into plank. We'll try out a high push-up pose. And then as you take plank, reverse push-up, chaturanga dandasana, let's come into an up dog here. We are going to open our chest and open our hearts. Down dog, breathe out. Let's bring ourselves through into a fold. We'll take ourselves into a half lift and release. Let's come on up, rising for mountain. Hands at the heart as you exhale. Let's try a couple sun salutation A's. So I really love this because it's just a nice full body flow, stretch, and strengthening. And I really love the history of sun salutation. So yoga came from India. They say that yoga began about 5,000 years ago. And people were so grateful to see the sun every morning because it would help the plants flourish and it just improved their quality of life so much that they would do sun salutations as a way to show gratitude, as a way to honor the sun and to welcome it. So I really love the sun salutations. I try to do them every day. So we have our sun salutation A's and sun salutation B's. We have a knee down sun salutation, a half sun salutation, but we'll just try out those sun A's today. We'll do a couple of those to just get that energy flowing through our whole body. Let's take our hands to the sky. Breathe in and fold it down. Breathe out. Let's take ourselves into a half lift. We're going to bring ourselves back on through into plank, high push-up pose. Try to keep your elbows moving towards the back of your room, and arms along your body. Let's lower down chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Breathe into your mid-back bend. Downward facing dog. Toes to the hands. Let's bring it through into a fold. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Come on up. Rising. Exhale. Hands to the sky. Full breath in. Let's fold it down. Breathe out. Halfway lift. Plant the hands for plank. High push-up pose. Lower down chaturanga. Upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. Toes to the hands. Let's bring it through into a fold. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Come on up. Hands at the heart. Breathe out. Hands to the sky. Full breath in. Exhale. Fold. Inhale. Half. Let's take it back to plank. High push-up pose. Lower down chaturanga. Upward facing dog. downward facing dog. Toes to the hands, bring it through into a fold. Half lift, fold, rise, and hands at the heart as you exhale. So let's try one more of those. I will be silent. So this is a really nice opportunity to move with your breath, to link movement. If you kind of memorize the flow, that's great. And if you didn't, no biggie, I'll do it so you can just follow along. So let's get started. Just flow with your own breath here. Good. Let's give it one more time. So nice connection to the breath here. And then no rush at all. But when you find yourself at the top of your mat, bring one hand to the heart, one to the navel, close your eyes here. And simply connect to your body and your breath. So as you breathe, maybe feel the heart beating, connect to the life force, to the energy inside of your body. And then also feel your body reacting to the breath. As you inhale, feel your chest rise, feel your navel rise. And then as you exhale, feel your chest fall and feel the navel fall. Knowing each time that you breathe, you bring life and oxygen to all of the cells throughout your body. Hands will sweep to the sky. Nice full breath here. Fold yourself down, breathe out. Halfway lift, plant your hands, plank, high push-up pose. Lower down, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Knees will begin to lower here. Sweep your feet to the right or to the left. We'll come on down to seated. And as you come on down to seated, I'd love to work a little bit with our legs. So I'll just show you a pose really quickly, and then I'll walk you through it slowly, step by step. So this is going to be a really nice quad stretch. So we're going to take our feet out nice and wide to the edges of our mat. Drop your knees off towards the right. So one option is to take your right heel and hook it on your left knee, and then let your knees drop to the right. If this is feeling easy for you, you can take your left hand for your left foot, and then try to relax that left leg down onto the ground, and then pull that foot into your body. So that's going to give you that deeper quad stretch rather. So let's try this one out. So feet can come nice and wide to the edges of the mat. You're going to drop your knees off towards the right. Maybe that right foot lifts up, hooks on your left knee, and then you let everything get really heavy and drop off to the right side of the room. If this is feeling easy for you and you want more of a stretch, left hand can reach for your left foot. And you can also use your yoga strap too. If you're not able to grab onto your foot, you can use that strap to pull it in a little bit. Maybe close your eyes here. Let your mind be clear of thoughts. We always have thoughts moving through the mind, maybe thoughts for the past, thoughts for the future. Try to release your thoughts. Try to bring your awareness to the breath. Bring the awareness to the present moment. And remembering the present moment, the only moment where life truly exists. Let yourself float on out of this one. Feet can come right to the edges of your yoga mat so that the knees are wide. And gently drop your knees to the right and the left. We'll do a little windshield wipe side to side. And drop your knees off towards the left. And as you do that, if you need to lift your hips up and then scoot your hips to the right, you can do that as well, so you can get a deeper side stretch. So you can hook your left knee or your left heel on your right knee and then let those legs come down. You could also take your right hand for your right foot and pull that leg into your body. Give yourself that quad stretch here. And if you are feeling a lot of stretch in this one, just know that that's expected, that's normal. That really shows up for us because most of us probably have pretty tight quads. We don't always stretch them, probably because it doesn't always feel comfortable. We avoid it a little bit, but it is important to give them a stretch so that we can create that balance in our body. Keep the body strong and flexible, pain-free. Let's unwrap ourselves in this one. Feet come out nice and wide. Windshield wipe your knees to the right and to the left. Let's reach for the feet. Happy baby stretch. Flex your feet. Reach through your heels. Press out through your heels. Rock to the right. Rock to the left. Knees can come to your chest. Hug them in. Gentle rock to the right and left. And then bringing that rocking movement into circles. So maybe find large circles, maybe find smaller circles here. And flow in the other direction. And release. Let's come into some relaxation time. We'll come into Shavasana. This is our resting pose of our practice. So your arms can relax, your hands can relax. If you have that tenseness in the back, you can bend your knees and plant your feet. We are just gonna let ourselves melt and settle here. Give yourself this opportunity to integrate all of the benefits into your mind, into your body. Give yourself a moment to deepen the breath. Wiggle fingers and toes. Come onto the side. Let's roll into a fetal position. And then you can press yourself on up into a comfortable seated position. Let's take our hands at the heart in prayer. Thank yourself for practicing yoga today, for doing something so good for your mind, body, and spirit. The light within me honors the light within you. Namaste. Namaste, everyone. Thank you for joining today. I hope you have a great day, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Take care.
Okay, thanks, Melissa.
You're welcome, Dave.
Namaste.
Namaste.